I got your love. You need to look no further. Got your love. You need to look no further. Don't you know that stir my love? You'll never need another. Don't you know that?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Denoris Wilson, and you are now tuned in to the BRI, which is the Black Research Institute, while we're here and we're committed to solving the problems. Tonight, I got a very special guest. He's very dear to me. He is a professional. He is a person that is about their business, and he's going to talk with us about getting in shape and being and staying in shape. He's been doing it for a while. He boxed for a while. He trained for a while. And now he's a full-time trainer doing his thing. You know, here's a little brief promo of tonight's guest. So we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right into it. So let me introduce you, the boxing fit boss, Mr. Brian C. Moss.
Hey, what's up? What's happening? What's going on?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Life is good. I'm good.
Yeah, I
How you
mean,
doing?
I'm doing good. You staying safe?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, so we gonna jump right into this interview, man, because I'm excited to hear what you got to say because I need to get in shape. So
Okay.
before we get into all of that, tell the people a little bit about Brian C. Moss.
Let's see. So, a little about me. I'm a dad. That's one of my major, I guess you can call it accomplishments. It's not, the job is never done though, so it's not really an accomplishment. It's something I'm constantly working on, but I'm very proud of I got three daughters. That's a job I take
Wow.
very seriously. Yeah, three of them, and three of them, cuz, and so uh, but I love watching them grow up. They make me a better man, a better husband, a better person in general. So they kind of define me to a large extent. Um, Outside of that, I'm pretty I'm laid back, man. A lot of people think like, oh, this guy, because my company is Boxing Fit Boss, so they think, oh, this guy, he boxes and stuff, so he's probably like, you know, he's probably high strung,
Aggressive.
wired up, always ready to knock somebody's head off. But I just be chilling. I go to work, I come home, I chill, put on some Netflix or whatever, call it a day. I've been training for over 10 years, and it's been on and off, and I'm sure we'll kind of get into some of that. I've had struggles along the way on this journey called entrepreneurship. Um, and I kind of got my background. I got started doing this boxing in college. I fell in love with it, and I said, man, more people need to learn how to box. Not just for the defense, self defense, but also as a way to stay in shape. And also, for me, it really brought me a lot of mental clarity. So that's why I go so hard with training in general, and that's why I promote boxing, being able to hit something, you know legally. is
Right.
that's a major way to reduce stress, you know. So
Okay.
that's a little bit about me.
Okay. So I got a question that has always perplexed me.
Okay.
Are your hands registered?
No, my hands are, you know, I can I can if something goes down, you know, then I can legally I can put hands on you. Mine are not registered. I did collegiate boxing, and to my knowledge, you don't have to like register your hands until you've had a certain amount of fights. You know what I'm saying? So only boxed for 2 years. I had 5 fights, five
Okay.
actual matches, and you know, so I'm like I'm under that I don't know, that little threshold. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, my hands are
So,
not registered, but I
so as
wouldn't.
as a professional boxer, they really have to register their hands?
I I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. I think and even if you don't have to register them, like as a professional, you can't. That's why they hire security. Like you'll never see Mayweather. You see like Mayweather, he would always be out. He got these big mountain sized guys walking beside.
Mhm.
He can't really touch nobody like that because you know he he's going the law's going to get him basically.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
if he if he because you're not he's not regular. You're not no regular person. Like
Right.
you
Right.
have specialized training. So
Okay. So where you from, brother?
oh man, I'm originally from Bessemer City, North Carolina. You
Yes,
know,
you are.
I'm from Bessemer City, and a lot of people be like, "I thought you was from Gastonia," but I actually went to elementary school in Gastonia. But we lived in the sticks, like literally on a gravel road. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no other kids in the neighborhood or nothing. Me and my brothers, we had to make our own fun. So
Right.
yeah, Bessemer City, small town in North Carolina. Um, but then we later moved to Gastonia. I've lived in Chapel Hill. That's where I went to school. I've lived in Durham, Bull City. Bull City taught me a lot. Like so, I gotta rep Durham, North Carolina, and I love that city. Um, and then I've made my way down here to Austin, Texas.
Okay. So you said you've been in this on this journey for the last 10 years with the fitness training, right?
Yeah,
What made you go into boxing?
man. So so school, man. When I went to college, and this is a lot of people's story that I actually found out, and I didn't know this until I shared it one time. But a lot of people, I was, I'm smart. We'll say that, right? I didn't in school. I got good grades without really trying. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing from my mom, and smart genetics that were passed down. I guess I didn't have to study. I could get A's, no problem. That's a problem when you go to college and you don't have no
Let,
study habits.
let me stop you for a minute.
Go ahead.
Shout out to my aunt Billy Faye. But go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. BFA. But yeah, so I got to school, and you know, it was hard, man. And I really I wasn't clinically, I never went to a doctor and the doctor said, "Hey, you're depressed." But in my heart, I knew something wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right, right,
I'm sleeping in. I'm partying every Thursday through Monday, really, because it's Monday morning before you
right.
stop drinking and stuff. And I knew that I had to change something. I had to change something because I was on the brink. I was about to fail out. I was about to fail out of school. That brought all kind of embarrassment on its own. You know, um, so I knew one thing that I was missing was structure, and the structure that I had, part of the structure I had in high school was I played football. Now being, I was 150 50 pounds, I said, I'm not going out there on the football field with them UNC boys. So
Hmm.
I said, I got to find something else. And I just randomly ran across a flyer in the bathroom in the cafeteria at school. And it said, come learn how to box or come join the boxing team or something like that. And then it was really a wrap after that. I hit up my boy Ian. Shout out Ian if you watching this. I said, Ian, man, let's I said let's try this out, bro. And he rocked with me. And it was a wrap after that. Like I said, I fell in love with it. And I never had no fight training or nothing like that. I came in green, real green. And
Okay.
but I just loved it and stuck with it.
Okay. So right now, so you train groups and individuals, correct?
So my group training right now is all virtual because of
Okay.
COVID and everything like that. I was doing some small groups, and me personally, I prefer to do small groups because I feel like a lot of people don't really know they don't know what they're doing. So if I got 3 people in front of me or 4 people, I can say, hey, like you need to get your butt down a little bit lower, or you need to pull your knees back behind your toes, or I can
Hmm.
give good instruction if I have a small amount of people. If I got a class of 30 people, I'm just saying, hey, these are the 10 exercises we're gonna do. Y'all do them. So I
Okay.
like giving that personalized attention. Um, but yeah, so I do small groups online virtually, and I do one-on-one virtually as well, but I do one-on-one in person right now as well.
Okay. So how would you describe your method of training? Like what would it be? Would it be just because you're the boxing fit boss, would it be, you know, like you're training for a fight, or would it be like a mix of traditional like training
Yeah.
and CrossFit and boxing? Like is it a mesh, or is it specifically a particular way that you train? How would you
I,
describe that?
I think it's definitely like a medley of different things, and it really it depends on the individual. That's the beauty of doing one-on-one or small group, because I can say, okay, what are your goals, but and then we tailor a program for what your needs are. But my go-to is we're gonna do some traditional training in a HIT style. So HIT is high intensity interval training. So basically, we would do, say we pick out 5 exercises, right? We're gonna do 30 seconds, and you're going full out maximum effort during that 30 seconds. Then you rest for 15 seconds. All right, catch your breath. And that 15 seconds, it goes pretty fast. But then you hit the next exercise, 30 seconds. And then you just kind of loop that. So, when my clients come see me, that's especially after I got caught up to speed on just on some form stuff. We'll start doing HIT training, and then the other half of the workout, then we'll throw the gloves on, and we're gonna be doing pad work. So I'm gonna make you're gonna be slipping, rolling some punches. You're gonna throw some punches, and then we got the heavy bag too. So especially like for my guys, that I'm putting them on a heavy bag. So
Okay. So when people come to you, what is their number one request? Like why would they hire you? What is their number one request for seeking out the boxing fit boss?
most people, they want to tone, so they want
Mhm.
to see some muscle definition. They wanna lose some weight. I don't run into a lot of people that want to lose like a ton of weight. I got some people that are like, hey man, I got this 15 pounds that you know that I let creep up on me. Help me get this off. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I think that's the majority of people. But man, I honestly, I got clients that I got some that want to build muscle. I got ladies that want to build, you know, they want bigger booties. I want to a lot. I get that a lot, honestly. Like, they hit me up and say, hey, I want to build my butt. So I get that. And then my favorite, I am partial, but I do have some guys that hit me up and like, man, I just want to learn how to throw my hands. And I'm like, okay, bet. Like, I
Right.
got you on that 100%. So,
Right.
Um, that's my number one like go to client right there. Somebody's like, I wanna learn the sport of boxing.
Okay. So they want to be a pugilist.
Yeah, there you go. The
They
sweet
want to be
science.
the sweet science. So so when you take on these clients, like, do you also offer a like a nutrition component as well?
I do. So, but what I found is that generally I'll get people to start tracking their meals on their own. And
Okay.
then a lot of times and it's the accountability. I'm gonna hold you accountable, but you gotta hold yourself accountable too. A lot of times, as soon as you start tracking that stuff, you start changing it up. You're like, I really don't need to eat
Right.
this and that, So a lot of it is just being aware and being conscious of what you're eating or drinking, So it could be, if you're drinking, you know, two 20 ounces of sun drop every day, that's a lot of sugar,
Right.
but in special cases, I will customize like meal plans as well. That like I said, that's in special cases. And then, along with the coaching, while we're training, I try to take people's mind off of what they're doing too. So certain
Mhm.
exercises, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about life. We're gonna talk about your nutrition. We're gonna talk about your hydration. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just, you coming in and I'm showing you exercises.
Right. So I would imagine though, with you, being a trainer, you have to somewhat possess some type of motivational speaker skill,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like
for
you have
sure.
to be like a Tony Robinson type. You know what I mean? You can do it. You can do it.
A little bit. And that's something I had to learn. I had to tap into that.
Right.
Um, that didn't come, I don't think that came naturally to me. I think I've always been somewhat of a leader, but to be that, some people lead inside. They lead
Right.
by example. Like my dad, like,
Yep.
my dad, like he's gonna show you how to do something. He ain't no rah rah. Yeah, let's go. But he gonna show you the right way to do something, and he's gonna lead by a great example. So I kind of took after that. But being a trainer, you're gonna have them days, and you're gonna have certain clients where you gotta be that hype man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Right.
hype them up. They're gonna come in feeling like they don't want to train, and you gotta figure out how to motivate them. And it's not that's the thing. Everybody doesn't respond to the hype man. Like, you know,
Right.
some people just respond to, hey, like, how are you doing today? You know, what
Mhm.
what what can we do to get you in a better mindset? So you gotta you gotta figure out a way to pull the most out of your client, not just for that day, but throughout the week. Some people like getting text messages, little, send memes, whatever
Mhm.
you got to do to keep them focused on what their goals are, and their goals are my goals.
I was talking to my friend maybe 2 months ago, and I was telling him, I love basketball. That's my sport. So,
Nope. Yeah,
and I was telling him that those professional athletes, they don't need a coach. They need a motivator
yeah,
because they already got the skills. If they didn't have the skills, they wouldn't be in the NBA. Like they
yeah,
wouldn't be there. They need a motivator, someone who pulls the greatest potential out of them. And I would imagine that's what you have to do with training, because we all we get sedentary, meaning we get set in our ways in a lot of things, right?
right, yeah,
And not just inaction, but just not thinking. You know what I
right,
mean? So I would imagine that you have to you trainer, motivator, part psychologist. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
That's funny.
when go ahead.
That's funny because this has been a long time ago, man. But when when I opened my first business. So this is actually my second personal training business, but my
I
first,
remember.
yeah. So my first my first personal training business. You know how everybody get, a lot of trainers will get trainer in big letters. I know everybody's seen it. A couple of shirts I got. I put motivator on the back of mine. So
Nice.
that's so you absolutely right about that. Like you gotta, you wear so many hats as a trainer, and then when you are the if you're a solopreneur and you own the company, you got a lot more hats to wear it in too. Because now, especially this time around, I'm a marketer,
Hmm.
promotions,
Hmm.
sales. Like I done took on a lot uh, and learned a lot. That's the good thing. Like, it's made me learn a lot, and hopefully I'll be able to, pass this knowledge on to other, not just other trainers, but other people too. So
Right. Do you do any like collaboration with other trainers for
yeah, I
events
got
and stuff?
yeah, we do. I have one trainer, this is my homegirl, Tanisha. Her name's Tanisha Washington. She's a great trainer. She does mostly group training. Um, but we collab every once in a while, like once every quarter, we'll get together and we'll put on like a promotion together, just to kind of get some buzz going and get people hyped up and excited. And it's also a good kind of like a funnel to bring more people in. So
So with the boxing fit boss and you being a trainer, have you have you thought about trying to turn that into like a Zumba or a mixed fit type of deal?
yeah, man, I have. Um, so choreography is not my thing, but that ain't to say I'm working on it. I'm working on it, man.
Okay.
Like I like, and I got a little something put together. Like I put together like a couple routines, but that's further down the line. You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
something like I do. I see it. Like I see the vision for it, and I know once I put it together, it'll be big. But it's a little further down the line.
Okay. So getting into training and like we talked earlier before we did the broadcast, getting in the train, there are a lot of trainers out there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What separates you? And do not say because there's only one Brian. No,
there's
no, no,
only
no,
one.
no.
There's only
There's
one B
only,
Moss. Does that
no,
work?
nah, that don't work. That doesn't work. So what
Oh man,
separates you?
what separates me? Um, I mean, I don't want to say this separates me, but I'm passionate about, like, the people, not just about my craft and the business, but about the clients that I come across, even people that don't like sign up with me. If it's not your cup of tea, or it doesn't fit your schedule, or whatever the reason is, I reach back out to people and I say, hey, like, I found this other option. It's in your area. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
reach out and I try to, and it's kind of tough because, especially being, relatively new to a new city. I don't know a lot of people, so I'm still building my network and trying to, meet other trainers so that I can, if I can't help somebody, I want to at least put them in good hands. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think maybe that's what separates me, is that I'm trying to, I come at it as more collaborative versus
Right.
competitive. I don't need, I've
There's enough to go around.
there's enough. There's more than enough. There's more than enough to go around, and especially with we talked about this too, with the way that our society is going, as far as being out of shape and being sedentary and being overweight. Like people need trainers. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you need that. So I'm just trying to do my part to help that. that epidemic. There's more than one pandemic going on right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Obesity is another one. So we gotta, and a lot of things come with obesity. You got diabetes, you got hypertension, you got a lot of other stuff that comes with it that
Hmm.
is preventable. And if it's preventable, we got the tools to combat it. We have the resources, we have the personnel. Then why not try to fix that problem, that issue, if you can.
Well, I read somewhere, I can't remember where it was, but it said that America is the most obese nation in the world, like per capita.
Yeah,
Like, and it's sort of a good thing and a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because if you're obese, you're living pretty good. You know what I
right,
mean? Like you ain't starving, so
right,
you're living pretty good. And if you're obese, you have leisure time.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Ain't too many people that don't have leisure time fat, or
right.
excuse my language, obese. Like,
Obese, yeah,
so I when I read that, I was like, it's like a catch 22 because we live a good life in America per capita, but that good life has made us lazy,
yeah, absolutely.
right?
There is another side to that too, though, because other countries, their food supply is way different than it is here.
Mhm.
So you gotta touch on that. A lot of people, you know, think about it like this. Say you got say you got um, a dad that works. He works 40 hours a week at one job. He leaves that job, go work another 20 hours at another job. What is he eating? He
Right.
going to he going to McDonald's. He going to, you know what I'm saying? He eating a bag of chips on break. He's not getting nutritious food. So,
Hmm.
even though he's full of calories, he got just enough to keep his body going. And his body's gonna turn that into fat. But you know, when you don't have um a good source of food, and you don't have time to cook real food, you're gonna grab something quick, and most of the time something quick and not thought out is gonna be
Not good.
terrible for your body. Yeah, like absolutely terrible. So and then you got to think about, in underserved neighborhoods, which unfortunately are a large part minority neighborhoods. They're food deserts, so there ain't no grocery stores. Um, you
Corner
can
stores.
It's corner stores, so you can go to the corner store and you can buy an apple or a banana for $1, or you can get a big bag of chips, and a for $2, and a soda, and those are your options. There's no real food in there. A loaf of bread at the corner store is probably gonna be $4 or $5. You know what I'm saying? Versus, I go up the street over here to my HEB. I get a loaf of bread for I can get the multi-grain for for
Right.
for $2. You know what I'm saying? So, people don't have uh access, and there's a huge disparity there. On one hand, like you said, there is some people have leisure, and they eating good, man. They got more food than they know what to do with. Other people are in food deserts, and that's what causes their and food deserts and time scarcity that causes their
Right.
obesity.
Right.
So it's a double prong sword.
Okay. So let's say I'm not a workout dude, as you can tell. But if I wanted to start working out, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you. If I wanted to start working out, what is the minimum amount of time per week that I should invest in a workout?
Minimum time per week,
Yeah.
I would say. It's funny. I always like brush up on stuff, but uh, I believe the CDC recommends 100 and it's either 120 or 150 minutes of exercise per week
Okay.
to maintain your weight and to maintain your health. So that breaks down. What is that? That's 120
Almost
minutes.
three
That's
hours.
2 hours. Yeah, it's like two and a half. Like 2.5 hours. It's like 30 minutes a day throughout the week.
Okay.
That's not
Okay.
that's not a lot. One hour uh of your day is less. I believe it's less than 5%.
Okay.
If
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. So check my math. But if you look at it like that, like what is 30 minutes? That's not that much. You waste. I know a lot of people, me included. I waste 30 minutes scrolling on my phone. You know,
Right.
liking
I bet you,
memes. So
listen, I bet you a lot of people in America got some strong thumbs.
hey man, them thumbs is hey, I'll box somebody, but I ain't doing no. You remember the thumb war? I ain't doing no
Right,
thumb
right,
war with
right,
these people out
right.
here. These
So
y'all can
look,
y'all can have that.
I read in this fitness magazine that like I want to say 10 minutes of jumping rope is the equivalent of running a mile, right? So
Yeah.
I went out and bought me a rope, right? I went out, I'm like, I ain't gonna run no mile, but I can jump for 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Brian, I ain't never used the rope.
Well, oh, come on now.
I never used the
You
rope,
didn't
man.
use the rope.
Not one time. I mean, I got a good rope. I got a good rope. It wasn't no, I mean, a boxing rope, and when you see boxers and they in the ring and the rounds are 3 minutes, you
Right.
thinking, man, they ain't nothing but 3 minutes. That's man.
Hey, hey, hey. Find out.
And then I start thinking about, the fights that I've seen, like in the streets.
Yeah.
Fights are not long. The fights are not long at all.
No.
So jumping rope, that's a good thing, right?
That's amazing. That's an amazing exercise, jumping rope. Think about it, man. You working your whole body when you jumping rope. What are your arms doing?
Yep.
Your arms are working. And especially if you get a weighted rope, get a weighted rope, 1 pound, that's it. And see how your shoulders feel. I guarantee you're gonna have a burn like you ain't ever felt. You're
And,
also jumping. Your legs are working. Your calves are working. All right. And your heart rate, there, I don't think there's anything that can get you unless you're just running, like I said, running a full out sprint, or actually fighting. There's nothing that can get your heart rate up like jumping rope.
wow.
Cycling may be a close. Cycling may be close,
Yeah,
but
but you sitting down when you're cycling.
yeah, you are. But hey, man, I I messed around and joined and did a cycling class. One of my colleagues, she did a cycle class, and I just happened to be in a gym. I had a little break. She's like, Brian, come on and
Right.
come join the class. Come join the cycling class. I said, okay, bet. Man, hey, cuz I jumped in that cycling class. My legs was toe up,
Wow.
and I was like, I'm not. I said, y'all got me. I'm not. Y'all got me this time. I'm gonna be better prepared next time. But yeah,
And you're a trainer. And you're a
and I'm gonna
trainer.
try it. Yeah, but that's the thing, man. Like people always look. I mean, you look at your body is gonna take on like there is something called the specificity of training, right? So your body's gonna adapt to whatever you're doing, whether that's you doing nothing at all, or whether that's you going out running 2-3 miles a day, whether you are a bodybuilder, whether you do CrossFit, your body's gonna adjust to whatever you're doing. So the minute you try to go do something else, your body's like, wait, what's going on? Like
Right.
this is different. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be a challenge for you. You'll be able to handle it. You know what I'm saying? I was able to push through that cycling workout, but that was a amazing workout. And it challenged my body in a different way. So
Okay. You know, I really do need to be. I'm getting up there in age, and I don't want to live forever, but I want to live, a good, long, healthy life. And
Right.
by me being a graphic designer, I'm sitting down a lot. Like I am sitting down an awful lot, and I know I
Right.
need to dedicate at least 30 minutes a day to do something.
Right.
So, I know this is your business. So
Uh-huh.
give me, and I don't want you to give me something that I would normally have to pay for, but like a simple exercise or a couple of exercises that I could do just to start me getting used to working out.
Okay. So you can do I always tell people that if you got, I mean, you got a chair,
Hmm.
you were like you got a nice comfortable chair, so you might have to get you might have to go and get the kitchen chair because it's gonna be a little more stable. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
if you so planks are an excellent exercise. You work the shoulders, you work your core. That's a really good exercise. I always get people to start with that. But the thing is, you can't start off if you ain't really been doing nothing. You don't want to start off on the floor on your forearms. You want to start like I got my chair right here. I'll demonstrate. Y'all get some freebies today.
Okay.
But so you get your chair and you just can hold right here, man. So you just hold it. Don't worry about trying to do no push up. You just hold it. All right. And the lower it is, the harder it's going to be. But if you get to the point you can hold this for a minute, that's good. Then you can upgrade it. Now you can start bringing the knees in. All right. And you can go faster. You can do like mountain climbers. You can
Okay.
also flip it over. You can hit some dips. The further your feet are away from from the chair, the harder that's going to be. All right, and then you can do squats. So that's three good ones right there. That
Okay.
you can do. You ain't even gotta really leave your office or your workspace or whatever, man. Um, but I always tell people really the way to really get started working out is to do something that you like to do. So, for instance, you said you like basketball is your sport. So what I would tell you is go put up some shots for 30 minutes a day because
Mhm.
it's gonna feel like you're not working out. That's how well, like when I go hit the heavy bag, I'm not even I'm not thinking, oh my God, I'm working out. Oh man. Like I'm just having fun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's really that's the key. You gotta find what's enjoyable for you,
Right.
and what you like to do.
It's funny that you say that because you know when I was very active playing basketball, like I would run to the gym. You know what I mean? Like I because I wanted to play.
Right,
Because I wanted to play. And even after I played, I was dead tired, but I was happy.
right.
You know what I mean? I was happy unless I lost, but
Yeah. Hey, yeah, that.
but for the
then
most
you
part,
talk about run it back, run it back. We
run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back.
oh
But
man,
yeah, it's funny you say that. So do something you like to do. That's basically what you're
that's
saying.
yeah, that's it. Find what you like to do, and man, there's so many different. I mean, whatever you can think of, it's something out there. I promise you. You got, uh, you know, think about, what sports you like. So, basketball for some, tennis for other
Mhm.
people, boxing, you know, some people like doing like you may like CrossFit, you may like ride, get a bike, go ride your bike, get some fresh air. You got to find I like to think of it as you find an activity versus finding exercise. Find an activity that you like doing. And even man, even gardening, you know, gardening, if you really doing it, that's some hard work, man. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
bending, digging, all
bro.
that. Right.
Yeah, and uh yeah, that's that's not easy work, and especially if you're maintaining it. So if you actually have a garden, and you're planting and you're harvesting and you're doing all that. That's something that's got to be kept up throughout the week. That's not easy work. So you got to find some kind of activity that you really enjoy doing. Try different things until you find what you like.
Okay. So with this training thing, have you found your calling?
Man, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. No question about it. And I knew that shoot, it's what, 2020? I knew that in 2009. You know,
Okay.
I said this is what God has for me. This is my purpose. You know what I'm saying? And but here's the thing. Sometimes you get tested, man. God will test you and see if you're listening to what he said, and to see if you're really passionate about it.
Right.
I had to give up my business before, and I had to work so hard to get back to where I am right now, and and to open up another business. Like, man, I literally worked like around the clock, like literally, like falling
Yeah,
asleep at stop signs.
you
Like,
you're a Renaissance dude, man. You don't have more jobs than anybody I know, man.
bro, I know 1 year when we first moved to Texas, man, I had so many W-2s I had to fill out. I was sick of it. I had like 10 of them. I said, where these things keep coming from? Who
Right.
worked there? My wife said, that's your name on it. I'm like, bro, like this is ridiculous. But man, I had to provide for my family, man. That come
Right.
first.
That's
So
right.
uh and then I had to put my dream on the back burner, but the vision never died, you know.
Right. And the
So
passion never died. Like that's
never. Even when I was, working other jobs and working overnight and leaving overnight to go to a morning job, I still had one or two clients,
right. Right.
on the side that were like handpicked, like, okay, like I see you really want it, so let's, I'll make time to train you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it.
Okay, man. B, I love you, man. I
Love you
love you,
too,
and
Chris.
I want to thank you, and as I do everyone else, for taking out the opportunity and doing this interview with me.
Man,
And
absolutely.
I ain't gonna wish you nothing. I know that your business is gonna be successful. So before we go, I know you ready for your three
I'm
questions.
ready. Let's go. Don't, hey, now, don't. Hey, don't do it first now. Now, I don't prepared for it.
Okay, I ain't gonna put. But before we get to that, if someone wants to get in contact with you
Okay,
and they want to do virtual learning, how can they get in contact with you?
you can you can follow me on Facebook. All right, at boxingfitboss.com. All right, let me get a little closer right there. All right, Boxing Fit Boss, Brian C. Moss. All right, you can send me a message on my Facebook page. You can go to boxingfitboss.com, sign up for the little. There's gonna be a pop-up conversion. Put your email and stuff, and I'll reach back out. Or you can add me personally to my Facebook page. I'll add you in the beginning, and if normally I keep people, but if you got some nonsense going on, I will delete you. So
Right, right.
and I'm a happy go. I like laughing and joking around, but uh, you know I try to I put my kids and my family on my Facebook a lot too. So if you got some crazy, like something that's too far, then you out of there. So
Right.
yeah, but
Okay.
yeah,
So
check,
boxing fit boss basically across the board.
yeah, everything. I
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook, and that's the name of the website, Boxing Fit Boss.
Okay. Now,
The moment of truth.
the moment of truth. Well, the pre-moment of truth, because I gotta ask you this. What are you doing to push the culture forward?
Oh man. What am I doing? I'm trying to normalize black fatherhood, man. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it. And I'm even not even trying to make it cool. I give little snippets of of my life, and I know, there are other dads doing that, but um, I some people don't know how cool it is to actually be an active father. They're scared of it. I think some guys are scared of it. Um, so I just try to show that, man, we have fun over here. Life is what you
Right.
make it, man. Life is what you make it. So, you know, if you are if you're a dad and you are not active in your kids' life, you missing out.
Right.
Like you really, really missing out. So that's what I try to, I try to show, how much fun we have over here. And my kids,
Right.
bro, they crazy. I don't know. A lot of that is has got to be that's from me. That's from the right side, the Wilson and the right side.
Mhm. It's funny. It's funny that you said you're trying to normalize, black fatherhood, and that's commendable of you. But a lot of things, most people get involved in something because they are inspired,
Yeah,
right? They are
yeah,
inspired, and and most of the time when you are inspired because you saw something or you
exactly.
saw somebody, right?
Right.
So it's a good thing that you are l- showing people glimpses of what type of father you are, because you never know, some young brother can look at you and be like, that's how I'm gonna be when I have
That,
kids,
yeah,
and that is the whole purpose of these cultural interviews, is to show black people that black people are doing things, and in hopes that it inspire other people to want to be a trainer, or even to want to get in shape, or
right.
just out of the norm. Now, the moment of truth. All right, so I need for you to name me three famous black people,
Uh-huh.
and they can't be entertainers or
Okay.
athletes.
Okay.
And wait a minute, wait a minute. And you can't mention any of the names that I told you today.
Ooh, did we? Hold on now. I don't think.
Nope. I'm just saying, just three.
Okay.
Three
Oh
famous
yeah,
black
yeah.
people.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
We got my man, the historian. Okay, Henry Louis Gates Jr. Okay.
Mm,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We digging
okay.
deep. We digging deep.
Okay.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. We got the. I don't even know. This is probably the smartest dude that I have, that I know. I don't know him, but I know of him. But Neil deGrasse Tyson, scientist,
Whoa.
astrophysicist, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't even know his title is too smart for me to even name. But
Just call him
that,
Mr. IQ. Mr.
yeah,
IQ.
exactly. Incredibly smart guy. And
Mhm.
I like his I don't know, I just like the way he explains stuff. Like he's smart. He's super smart, but he don't talk to you like y'all dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Right.
he tries to, he
He
breaks it
cool.
down for you. Yeah, he cool. He's just cool.
Cool.
Going back to Henry Louis Gates Jr. though, if you haven't seen his documentaries um on black culture in other countries, like I watched the one he did in Brazil, and basically they in Brazil they suffer from not suffer from but colorism is a big issue there. So that's a really really good docu series to go watch. I don't remember the name of it, but go to YouTube, type his name in. And then number three, I actually work for one of this man's company. He lives right here in Austin, Texas. He donated a lot of money to Morehouse just recently.
I know what you're talking
Like
about.
5 million. I don't know what he pays the people. I wish I would have went to Morehouse, and that was on my list of places to go. I said I messed up. I could have had it paid, but Robert F. Smith.
Okay.
Like I said, he lived right here in Austin, Texas, and I like I said, I worked out of all them 10 W-2s I had to fill out. I worked. That was one of the companies that I that I worked for. So that's my three, man. I don't have no bonuses. So
you didn't come to play, huh? Cuz
yeah, I got some good people, man.
yeah, you did. You did. That's very good. But when I bring you back, you can't use those same people.
I know. I'm gonna do my research, but that's good. I need to do that more because you got to know. And all these people, they're not. I had to write them down too, so I wouldn't forget. I wasn't gonna. But all these people, man, they're these are current. These people still doing stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a lot of times, you think of like Black history, and people bring up, MLK and Frederick Douglass.
Don't get
okay, but you bring up people in the past, and that's good. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect your history and where you come from, and those people did amazing things. But history is being made today.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta tip your hat and nod your head to the people that's doing it right now. So,
I listen to Sway in the morning.
Yeah,
and they have this thing where they say they want to give people their flowers while they're living.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Because what good are flowers when you're dead?
Right.
So
you can't smell them.
You can't smell them. You can't smell them. Well, I didn't say this before, but for all who is watching, this is my little cousin. This is not no third, fourth, fifth cousin. This is my first cousin. This is my little cousin. He is family. He's been doing this thing. He didn't get up here. I didn't actually interview him because he's my cousin. I actually interview him because he's good at what he does, and he takes it seriously. And I wanted to introduce him to the people that I know, and in hopes that if you need to get if you need to get in shape, you will reach out to him. So B, we're gonna end this segment now, but thank you for coming by, man. And we'll be in contact again soon. Tell Els, tell your dad, tell my aunt Billy Faye and your little brother that I love them. And even though I may not call or hear, they may not hear from me. They're dear to me. And
they watching right now. They watching. I gotta send them the link, so they hear you right now, man. But hey, I definitely I appreciate you thinking about me, man, and bringing me on. It was a good talk, man. We gotta talk more, cuz. So
yeah, we do. We do.
I'm looking forward to talking to you more and coming back on the show at some point too. So
you will. You most definitely will. I'm gonna end the show, but stick around. I gotta talk to you.
Okay.
So stick around. I'm gonna end the show. Everybody, that's Mr. Brian C. Moss, the Boxing Fit Boss. Look at him. I told you not to do that, but you did it anyway.
I had to. I get it.
All right, hold on, cuz I'll be right back to you.
All right.
Okay, everybody, that was Mr. Brian C. Moss, the Boxing Fit Boss. If you want to get in touch with him, it's Boxing Fit Boss across the board on all social media. And he said something that struck a nerve with me. And when he said that, we have to find something that we generally like to do, and it won't feel like you're exercising. It just feel like you're doing an activity. And I think, that was great to say that way, because I remember when I was playing basketball, that's what I was doing. I was playing basketball, but in playing basketball, it kept me in shape. So I wasn't working out, so to speak. I was playing basketball. But I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. We'll have another show tomorrow, same time, same station. And remember, in order for you to receive a blessing, you must first be a blessing. All right? And we're signing off. Peace.